The world of cinema is littered with forgotten greats. Cinematic masterpieces that at the time of their theatre release were overlooked, but then found a new lease of life on cable, video store rentals, and now home streaming. We've already looked at the film's State of Grace and the 1955 classic, The Night of the Hunter. But for this one, we're having cocktails first and questions later, as we head to the year 1996 to take a look at Doug Liman's directorial debut and future Iron Man director Jon Favreau's screenwriting breakthrough. Yes, it's the movie Swingers. Now, you might ask, why are we classing this as a forgotten great, given that our two previous episodes have focused on movies that were overlooked during their original cinematic run? Well, as Ed here at FilmFellas put it, sometimes a movie shines brightly upon release, but then cultural changes and trends resign it to the bottom drawer. And Ed is of the opinion that not many people in 2022 have seen or know of this movie. So he wants it highlighted on the channel, and since Ed is 6'5" and bloody huge, none of us wanted to argue with him.
Don't talk that way.
You're so money and you don't even know it.
Before we take a look at the film, don't forget, we would like you to be part of our Forgotten Greats series. If you have a movie that you love and that you feel has been overlooked or needs reappraisal, then get in touch below, over Twitter or on Reddit, and we'll do a Zoom chat with you to talk over your movie of choice. But for now, let's get back to why you need to make yourself a cocktail and sit down and discover Doug Liman and Jon Favreau's Swingers. In short, Swingers is your typical getting over breakup movie. This one has dashes of home, humour, and of course, positivity, ensuring that you genuinely feel that breakups aren't all bad.
I'm sorry, we always talk about the same thing all the time. It's just that, it's just you've been there, man, and your advice really helps. And I don't know what Rob, you're the only one I can talk to about her.
Swingers would provide a springboard not just for Favreau, but for co-star Vince Vaughn and Doug Liman too. The comedy drama follows the lives of several unemployed actors living on the fringes of fame on the east side of Hollywood, and is clearly written from Favreau's own experience. Or so it feels.
Where do I know you from?
You ever been to the Ha-Ha Hole on Pico?
Oh, you're a comedian.
It's it's a dream, it's a lot of hard work and travel.
I know where it is. Starbucks.
Jon Favreau plays Mike Peters, a New Yorker who has moved to Los Angeles to boost his struggling comedy career and get over his last relationship, which has clearly wounded him and affected his self-esteem. But fear not, on hand in LA is Mike's best buddy, Trent Walker, who is a master of seduction, or so he thinks, played by Vince Vaughn.
I don't want you to be the guy in the PG-13 movie everyone's really hoping makes it happen. I want you to be like the guy in the rated R movie,
who tries to show him how to make connections and get the attention of women. As you might expect, the more time he spends with Trent, the more Mike regains his confidence, and we see them both have a series of nights out and misadventures, which ultimately leads to Mike potentially meeting someone he connects with. Now, that might not sound like much of a story, but trust us when we say this. Swingers is one of those charming feel-good movies that has just the right balance of laughs and soppiness to make it one of those guilty pleasures. Swingers will make you thankful for your friends, because it's a film about friendship, about men realizing that without them, all you have to get you through the worst of life is time. And time on your own stretches on forever. But why do we think this movie is great, you ask? Why should you give up 96 minutes of your valuable movie watching time to watch Swingers? Well, here are 3 reasons why you should watch what Ed at FilmFellas is calling his forgotten great.
Listen, why don't you call a friend and have her meet the 3 of us at the Bamboo Lounge at 6:01.
You got it.
All right?
At the time of release, no one knew who Jon Favreau or Vince Vaughn were. Vaughn had had bit parts in a number of things, but he and friend Favreau were frustrated with not getting their break and so decided to engineer one for themselves. Along with his imposing frame, Vaughn had an almost sleep-like presence on screen, a kind of effortless slacker that guys could relate to, and one that has served him well throughout his career. He's a guy you see up on screen and immediately you know he would be fun to hang out with, no matter the character he's playing.
You take yourself out of the game. You start talking to him about puppy dogs and ice cream. Of course, it's going to end up on the friendship tip.
After Vaughn's performance in Swingers caught the eye of Steven Spielberg, he was cast as the documentarian and former Greenpeace activist Nick Van Owen in Jurassic Park: The Lost World. It was a major score for Vaughn, and one that would see him climb quickly up the short list of actors for major Hollywood movies, especially when CinemaScore soon discovered that his movie choices and performances actually ensured producers got a healthy return on their investment.
It's me. Scrappy? Luke? You remember your brother, right?
Movies like Zoolander, Old School, The Breakup, Dodgeball, Anchorman.
Hey, leave the mothers out of this, all right?
Vaughn has made an incredible career from being Vince Vaughn, largely because he's that likable and fun. And Swingers is where it all started.
Dude, check it out, dude. I swear to God, it's fucking on. Look at him, dude. It's so fucking on, dude.
I know it's on.
Give it up for Mike. Dude, it's fucking on,
Way back
dude.
before memes were a thing, it wouldn't be uncommon for lines from movies to enter everyday talk, and Swingers served up Generation X some highly quotable lines. As soon as the movie was released, pop culture was full of people screaming about going to
Vegas, baby, Vegas!
and everyone was using money as the highest form of compliment. For example,
Baby, you are so money and you don't even know it.
and who can forget the Big Bear scene, where Vince Vaughn's Trent is trying to fire up Favreau's Mike with talks of claws and fangs and being a big bear and killing the little bunny. This movie is just packed full of great scenes like this.
You're looking at your claws and you're looking at your fangs. And you're thinking to yourself, I don't know what to do, man. I don't know how to kill the bunny. With this, you don't know how to kill the bunny. Do you know what I mean? You're like a big bear, man.
In an interview with Cinema Blend, Vince Vaughn reflected on the making of Swingers, recognizing they caught lightning in a bottle with that cast, the script, and the DIY approach to filming that director Doug Liman brought to the production. Shot on a budget of only $250,000 and being Liman's first real feature, before this he'd shot a direct-to-video disaster. During production, Liman was told by the sound guy, "This movie's pretty cute, but let's face it, no one's ever going to see this but your friends." Luckily for Liman and Favreau, Miramax purchased the film, and it grossed a robust $4.5 million at the box office. But Swingers really found its sweet spot in video rentals and became a mainstay of male college and university goers, with young professionals experiencing the highs and lows of endless nights out and forming and breaking up with girls.
You know what, big boy? You're grown up.
Lyman's approach to filming was to shoot things on the fly, with no budget to shut down locations. The film had a zip and pace about it that he would take into his follow-up, the cult classic movie Go, starring a young Katie Holmes.
Go.
It's alright, I'm okay.
But it would be his follow-up to that which the Swingers' filming style would influence the most, the blockbuster movie The Bourne Identity. This would reshape how action movies were styled and shot for decades to come. It's not just Ed and the rest of us here at the FilmFellas who love Swingers. The reviews have been kind to this movie and add more weight as to why you should check it out. Famed movie critic Roger Ebert summed this movie up by saying, "The movie is sweet, funny, observant, and goofy with a small g." Empire would re-review the movie in 2007, saying that first-time feature director Liman has made a film as charming as it is hilarious. Add to that an answer phone sketch to die for.
Nikki, leave a message.
I didn't think I was weird or desperate. Hello?
Mike, don't ever call me again.
Brilliant pastiches of both Reservoir Dogs and Goodfellas.
Let's go to work.
Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right.
Plus the worst version of Staying Alive known to man. And Swingers emerges as an unmissable men behaving sadly for wannabe lovers everywhere. So, there you have it. If you're looking for a fun movie, especially if you're getting over a breakup, then get yourself a cocktail shaker and some booze and settle down to watch Swingers. Got a movie that you love? That you feel has been forgotten? Then get in touch and we'll do a Zoom call with you to record a future episode of Forgotten Movie Greats. If you enjoyed this episode, then please subscribe and share it with your friends. And also, if you watch the movie, tell us what you think below, on Twitter or on Reddit, at the FilmFellas UK. See you next time.